You're watching Network Radio. Live from the Media Broadcasting Center.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Walking the Talk. I'm your host, Mark Russell, and I've kind of got a different show tonight. I wanted to stay away a little bit from um, being trapped into all the local things and all the mainstream alternative. We kind of call it now. It's hard to tell what to call anything anymore with everything that goes on so much. And kind of concentrate on moving forward a little bit. But this has been a kind of really busy week, and I almost felt compelled to kind of touch base on a few things that I wanted to share, and hence the kind of the topic for tonight is and I kind of debated back and forth, and I guess we can kind of take this as my little rant show here. Um, I still want to try to communicate it as best I can and as kindly as I can, but sometimes this isn't possible anymore, um, and sometimes this isn't warranted. I've been in this journey for a little bit, and um, to me, I've really noticed over the last couple of weeks just how much my position 2, 3 years ago uh, was absolutely right. And, I absolutely even got a little affirmation from that um, through this week with a couple of videos that I saw going around with a little bit more of the mainstream people where they're saying exactly what I was saying 3 years ago. So I can kind of follow along with Chance George quite a bit as he sees people reporting on things that he did in Truth Talk years ago, and has been saying, and now that other people have jumped on that bandwagon, um, uh, start recognizing it. So in a way, that's quite good to see, but it's not enough. Um, this whole idea of this truth movement and everything else, and I had a kind of debate among myself on what to call the show today. Um, I kind of bounced back between uh, time truthers shook their head and woke up, or a couple of other ones that I won't say that went through my mind. Um, but I settled with time for the boys to put on the big pants, and it's very poignant. It's this is enough, you guys. Like, I don't really know what it's going to take for any of you to actually get anything, or what will inspire you to actually act in the multitude of ways that we can. And this even comes right down to supporting other people that are maybe doing other things that you don't want to do. Um, you're not going to have the chance anymore. And for the vast majority of the people out there, and I include the truthers in this, just like every other, absolutely what everybody wants to call the sheeple or the brain deads or anything else. This is just as much of you. You guys are fooling yourselves. It's plain and simple. You get on your bandwagons about your truthers, and yet you're as ignorant and as closed-minded on anything, unless it has absolutely involves your point of view, and you can benefit from it, and you can suck out whatever you can out of the people that will listen to what you got to say. Then you move on. as soon as you get a comment or you get put in a position where you actually have to clarify and stand on something, or grow a little bit at all, you disappear. Um, and that's entails an awful lot of people. You're a bunch of hypocrites, um, to even a disappointing degree. But we all learn and we all move forward. Um, that's a statement. It's not a judgment. It's a statement of fact. And I've made my mistakes just like everybody else has. So it's not a judgment. It's a matter of we got to put on some big boy pants here and grow up. It's that simple. All of us. You're not going to have the chance anymore to do this. I've said this before, and I said this when it was a little bit more prevalent when it first started coming out. But I will get to it with through. But with the TTP, you're going to see some really drastic changes in the way things are. Um, I've already noticed it today. Now, whether it's tied in or not, I don't know for sure. But there's going to be. I know things are guised with inside of just the corporate trade deals, and we'll see where that ends up landing. Here in Canada, I think we've already seen a number of sellouts between this corporational government and the rest. I've witnessed a few tapes from the First Nations people and so forth. And you know what? I'm uh, totally behind some of the action that's going on now, um, because obviously after my experience with trying to do Canada the Nation and seeing where people are and how they actually truly are, um, and even noteworthy that where is occupied now? Where is I don't know more now? These are all these simple distractions and things that flare up and then disappear, um, that keep us all divided. These ongoing trails of events and people that all of a sudden seem to show up and have tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and coverage and everything else behind them, and then you know what? In 3 4 months, some period, they're gone. It's all disappeared. So this is another ongoing pattern that's happening, and we got to start seeing through all of these things instead of our individual little passions of things. Um, I mean, give me a break. I mean, you're still arguing about 9/11. Like you're 15, 16 years later, and I won't even go anywhere through half of what I would like to say about that, but I'll just cover what has been going on in the last 2 years. Okay, so in the last 2 years, what committee have you got in front of? What court of law are you in front of and you're prosecuting people? Like, what's going on? You're still debating about whether there's planes or not planes and all the rest of it. Well, um, forced vaccinations are happening. Police brutality is going off rampant. That there's actually warfare going on in the planet. Um, all the rest of it. And to what ends? What ends are you really going? Okay, forget about your little signs and your banners and your sending this bus here and that bus there and all the rest of it. What end do you think you're going to accomplish with it? Do you think you're actually going to see the 15, 20 people mainstream involved that you say are involved in it in jail? You Oh, let's see. You're going to bring down Mossad, right? They're going to go to the Hague, and Mossad is all going to get prosecuted in the Hague, and they're all going to jail. So, what's the what's the end game here? But nobody will answer that. Is there an educational value to this? Is there a awakening value to this and everything else? Absolutely. But without compounding it with something else and to actually put on some big boy pants and do something that will make a difference, it means nothing. What it means is you sucked out everybody's energy and you're just an unwilling partner of the distraction that goes on that these chess players use constantly. And it's with every subject. They all have an intrinsic value to wake up other people and to educate and to keep us aware and tie into bigger pictures and so forth. But that's the key. It's tying into bigger pictures. It's tying into bigger agendas and so forth, that until we keep on stripping these veils and actually start coming together with some kinds of means, and starting with an understanding of your chemtrails don't matter, your vaccines don't matter, your police systems don't matter, your law systems don't matter, your GMOs don't matter, your banking doesn't matter. Nothing matters until the people come together and are willing to give up their ego and pride, to give up their personal agenda and start coming together for what is best for you as an individual and your family and the rest of it, and see things on how you want to be treated and truly allow the other person to be that way. Until there's some fundamental waking up and, more importantly, growing up, we're in real big trouble. This storming off every time some little incident happens or somebody says something that you might not like or you disagree with, and slamming each other and just simply even blocking them and just going, oh well, the hell with you. This is so ludicrous and so childish. It's unbelievable. And if I was sitting in any other side of the chessboard here and going, you know how easy this is going to be to get rid of 100 million people here? They'll just kill themselves. They got to be sitting there just laughing their face off on how much of a joke this society actually is. And it's our fault. Each and every one of us. So I wanted to kind of touch base a little bit on what I was going through part of this week, and of course, it started off with the Russia firing, and again, I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen a lot of this through the last 4 or 5 days. But here they go in, they bomb everything, cripple ISIS, go back and forth. They're both being in the UN now, Obama and Putin. And of course, this is just going to, who knows where this is going to end up. Turkey getting involved and so forth. Now, is Russia Magog? I doubt it very much. I believe Turkey is. But again, that's a whole separate subject. But it does, to me, this does lead that way. And again, pulling through the veils is this all just within inside of the global chess game? Is this just one more party playing off another party, and the whole thing is smokes and mirror? Only time in history will tell that. I don't know. Do I think Russia is the savior of the world? Again, history is going to play that out. But some of these moves too, I also believe that until there is some kind of alternative or a total shift in the way that us, the people, as a society, come together and force a change, um, you're going to have to play some of these chess moves. One of them being, which I kind of back because I don't see much other alternatives, is one of the First Nations groups actually going to Russia and trying to make their deals. And after seeing through this week the tragedies with some of the spills, the ongoing genocide of the people, the ongoing absolute lack of any unification by any human beings that actually are on this land, um, of uniting and preventing any of it. And, you know, again, just all their own shows again. But you know what? It is time for these groups to turn around. And like they call it, this is now life and death for people. This is life and death for the lands. The things that are going on with the tar sands and to the environment and to spills and to non-remedy in the law and all of the rest of it, this is ridiculous. And the country's own people, for a lack of a better term, the people of this land won't even come together and do what's right. So, yeah, you know what? Go outside. You got a treaty, you got a territory, you got everything else. You can't get it supported. You can't get it recognized. You can't get it anywhere within inside of the own people of this land won't even stand together against some corporate entity that is controlling everything. Then yeah, you know what? Go into a treaty with some other nation that will come in and protect your rights. Why not? What do you got to lose? Because all you're doing is sitting on that land and it's being raped and it's being destroyed and your people are being killed. So why shouldn't you? For them standing up now going, this is life and death. This is, we're losing everything. We're dying. Put your big boy pants on now and face what's going on. Because in case you've missed it, this is getting stripped away quicker and quicker. And of course, my favorite thing that I was always squawking about, TTP, it's through. So, excuse me. Of course, number of shows on this, number of people covering on it. Was all of Russia's move a big cover to kind of take away the onus from this? I believe so. I believe the timings on things are just so coincidental on a constant basis. It becomes ridiculous to see anything else. So, but some people pointed out some other things this week that I found very poignant too. Was, this is absolutely a back end door too of controlling the internet. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed, and Chance on Truth Talk on Media Broadcast, our executive producer, and myself have covered shows over the last couple of years, how we've pointed out how algorithms are being in place where shows are hidden and people aren't getting notifications and stuff just disappears and systems crash and all the rest of this. But now you're getting a lot more of the mainstream truthers coming out saying they're starting to see their effect now. And as I mentioned a little bit before, that, well, I'm on YouTube today, and normally my YouTube page is, well, you know what? Let's just pull this up right now. Over there, YouTube. There we go. Geez, now isn't this funny? My normal page up until a month ago was I would have the 50 recommendation videos that were the most recent out up top from all the subjects that I'm covering. Over the last month, that is slowly being reduced to 10, 15. Over the last couple of days, that's being reduced more. And then now, today, I start getting, that's not there anymore. Now you're just getting different channels of off things. I mean, I have 20 or 30 different subjects that I usually have covered here or keep up to date with, and now they're not there anymore. And I just saw 2 or 3 reports of this from other people that have their 75,000 plus subscribers on their channels, and they're going, "What's going on? We're not viewed anymore. We're not getting anywhere. We're not getting." They've gone from 75,000 or 150,000 views down to 1,200. So what aren't you seeing anymore? Don't you get it? Like, you're not getting this stuff available to you. You think it's going to get better, or do you think it's going to get worse? Like, you're used to everybody else doing your work, and you're used to using everybody else to get your message out and so forth. What are you going to do now? Because you're going to start going on. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I put my wife beside me and she types in something. She gets a totally different response than what I get. And now my actual responses aren't even what I'm asking for. Now I actually have to punch in the specific person I'm trying to follow or pull up their article, or I have to start saving all of their sites. But wait a minute, TPP here too now is giving people, as in corporations, the power to turn around and have IP addresses stopped because it's causing them harm. It's now going to be illegal for you to report on the misdoing of companies. So again, where do you think you're going to get your information for anymore? We've been so sucked into this internet and having this free flow of information and the rest of it, and not paying attention to the last few years of it eroding. You're going to start seeing websites, you're going to start seeing articles, you're going to start seeing the people you're used to being around, not around anymore. You're going to be sitting there days going, "Oh, well, what's going on?" This is what I was referring to at the start of the show. You're going to have to start joining these people. You're going to have to start joining their websites. This also means every kind of revenue stream that used to be on is going to disappear. Because this whole crap of I just want to show one of these blog adding pages is going to disappear. So if we're not going to turn around and start actually supporting the people you want to hear or the information that you want to get and so forth. And whether that means a simple $5 a month or $50 a year or some are three and whatever, they're going to be gone. Because nobody can keep on doing this stuff and keep on putting it out of their own pocket. So you're either going to get your information tainted by sponsors and curtailed by the drive for more viewers and everything else, so that you get this crap fluff around you, which means nothing. Or you're going to have to pony up and have memberships to things and actually support things. And this even means right down to your Facebook activities or any other social media. If you don't get, you're not seeing stuff on news feeds. You're not seeing half of the things you used to. I mean, there's enough people that I go through that see that, oh, well, nobody likes anything anymore, and, because they're not. They're so used scrolling through their 3,000 friends or whatever. They just want the numbers there, but they spend no time actually reading other people's stuff or commenting on them or simply taking 1 second and liking something, which makes a difference in the algorithms. You know, I don't put people in groups or anything else, but I ask people to share it and ask their friends list or whatever to support something. People don't even do that. So where are you going to turn? There's my question for you. Let's put some big boy pants on here. Again, like I asked the 9/11ers or the GMO or the chemtrailers or anything, what's your end game? What's your agenda here? What are you going to end up doing? Where are you going? If you haven't started asking yourselves these questions, us as individuals, we're part of this society. We're part of it, of this mankind. If you're not starting to answer yourself these questions, and you're not asking the questions, you're one of the joke that's going to be eliminated real quick. But history's going to tell, right? Excuse me. Of course, this was the other big joke, or what's going to end up being the other big joke, is our Oregon shooting hoax. It took less than a day, again, to have the 15 holes through this. You know, again, as a Sandy Hook or Boston bombing and the rest of it, are they educational worthy? Is it tools to do things and so forth? Absolutely. I'm not going down that way. That's not what I'm saying. I admire the people doing the work for this, that are putting out the information. This is how I learn and I discover things as well and so forth. We need it. But again, what's the end goal? Is there anybody that's taking this and saying, you see, this is just another example. This is a reason we have to come together. And then this one was even a bigger joke. I mean, look at this crap. Why this hasn't been screamed across every social media is beyond me. You know? Blurred out picture and so forth. No, there's the picture. Yeah, he's real wounded. Yeah, she's just a real prize, this one. That's shot 7 times. Well, you know what? Good luck. But the last I saw too, it was a pretty good GoFundMe for 700 grand, isn't it? they made their few bucks. I'm sure they'll put that to a lot of good use for their community. Now, out of all of this, was this all a big distraction to hide the UN police forcing initiative? Which, of course, I posted earlier on the week on the Media Broadcast Center Facebook page. Please stop by and join it. Give it a like. Please share it and ask your friends to join. But now, is this all an end result, too, of the total militarization of the police force over the last few years, where now you actually have the United States Attorney General signing an agreement with the UN for the Strong Cities Network? Now, where this is going to end up going is unbelievable. I mean, now you've got different watch lists of what they call extremists, which are some of the already pointed out ones already, and are to, I guess, facilitate on the next ones. Individual liberties, people who advocate state rights. Maybe this should go a little further in going, like, isn't Washington, D.C. not even part of the landmass of the U.S.? Like, isn't the U.S. supposed to be a republic on a constitution? Guess things for people to look into. Anyone that holds a political ideologically that considers the state to be unnecessary, harmful, or undesirable. Oh, so unless you're willing to be run by somebody, isn't that called you want your freedom? So if you want freedom at all, you're now going to be an extremist. Anti-homosexuality is an extremist. I mean, you know, like I'm keeping things pretty separated here. I mean, I have my faith and my personal beliefs that I don't hide on my other show or in conversations as a whole. But the simple fact of somebody saying because I'm anti something makes me an extremist? And who's determining here what anti-subjects you are? That will determine that you're an extremist and a threat to somebody that has no right to be doing anything in the first place. Because I don't ever remember being born and signing away my life to the state and saying, I'm just going to obey whatever you say. I don't remember doing that. I never have, knowingly, or what they want to say is color of law that I did. There's no consent in there. There's no knowledge, and everything was fraud. So I'll say it point blank that I don't consent to being ruled by somebody. And I don't consent being ruled by, whether you want to call it masses, but the last I looked, like 30% of people voted. So you're being ruled by the people that control 30% of the population. Like, I mean, that's not even a democracy anymore. Where a democracy is nothing but mob rule anyway. We got one more number than you and we have more guns, so we're going to tell you what to do. Maybe we should stop getting rid of all these fancy names for these systems and call them what they are. Members for Family Research. Well, of course, we all know that it's been an attack on the families for the last 20 years. And the list goes on. These articles are all available. For how long, though? Who knows? And then, of course, we have our, we'll play again. Yeah, we'll do the little watch again. I know this picture was used quite a bit with the satanic statue that went out, and there was a call a couple of times to have this removed. I didn't have a chance to do too much more looking into it, but then there's not really much point wasting the time. Because obviously it went through, there was some court order where the courts now have started to decide what is right and what is wrong and what is something's going to happen. But the 10 Commandments off of the Oklahoma Capitol is being removed. And as my personal opinion, that's also another good move of slapping God in the face and turning back what your country was founded on, or supposedly founded on. Again, the Attorney General's assault on another great thing that all of these things are doing. I'm getting, another personal rant. Here you're getting like 5-6 lines in a story, and look at this crap that's everywhere on this. So everybody jumping on doing these little things now is, I guess this is a whole program that Google, or they make their money from this, doing these blog pages and then putting this crap out. Like, are you serious? Like, why are people... I'm getting to the point where I'm just about almost out of here. This is so ludicrous what we're following and allowing people. Put some big boy pants on and let's stand up. Go to actual people that you want to hear from or that you think is worth your time. Join their websites and comment, demand they keep the advertising out, because you're paying your $3 or your $5 and get 10 people to do it so that they don't have to go to advertisers, that they can actually put food in their table or pay the fees to be able to run something. And then anybody worth their salt at all will turn around and, you know what, they get 5,000 or 10,000 members and they're paying their bills and they're able to run their thing. We'll then open it up and say, you know what, we don't need any more members. Why, is there a need to make 500 grand? Or like some of these places that are making millions of dollars a month pumping out their crap? And these little children running everywhere just throw their money and their memberships at them and follow their lines down the same rhetoric said year after year after story after story. Next thing that goes nowhere. Really, like, I mean, can we not just simply... Sorry, I lost my mouse here and I'm just trying to switch back. A little challenge to anybody. How about take a story that you're interested in last year, or even 6 months ago. Let's see where it is now. from any of the nice mainstream truther stuff and mainstream or your blog pages or whatever. You know, where is Idle No More? Where is the chemtrail sitting at? Now, like, look at it objectively, like when you first started going. Okay, what success rate is there, and where is it move forward? Where is 9/11 move forward, and what success rate? What, getting another 5,000 people to do something is a success rate? I don't call it that, but you know, this is your analysis. Police accountability. What's the success rate? Um, the guy goes to jail for collecting rainwater. Where's their success rate? Like, where are all these stories that everybody jumps to and all this different places? Where's their follow up on it? Where's there any action on it? Where is there anything about it? Has this all been a build up to where we have to get something to happen? Maybe. Again, I'm not saying that all this thing doesn't have its place and that it doesn't have its value. I'm saying it's not enough. And I'm saying until we grow up and start demanding more of, first of all, ourselves, and then those around us, and then those where our support goes to. This year is going to be the same as last year, just worse. And so on and so on. And if you don't see that, you're as dead as you ever were. I don't care how much of a truther you want to call yourself. You know, I had an interesting little look last Wednesday, I think it was. You know, and a person puts up the little meme and everything, and it's like, you know, Christianity is nothing but an indoctrination. You're all born atheists. You know, and this is a person that I kind of have always followed, and I appreciate his comments and his points of view and so forth. But I commented back on it, and you know, I think my comment was in the line of no, not true at all. We're all born with God in our hearts and morals in our hearts. Then the rest is indoctrination and going. But we are born with that. We're born with a sense of morality and right and wrong right off the bat. What labels you want to put it on it and so forth are just there. Lots of room for debates on what happens from there. But to say that you're born with nothing, we would never have survived, or we would be actually that now. And then even at that, where do you have any rights of any morals or anything else? Why does a 5-year-old know that beating another one isn't right? You know, there's just so much in there. But what was shocking to me was the comment that I got back out of it was, prove it. I mean, how ludicrous is that? Prove it? Well, yeah, you can go into a 5-book debate and go over all kinds of things. But just look at the comment. No, wait a minute here. You posted the meme. You're making a statement. How about you prove it? Where's your evidence of all of that? And you're not engaging in a dialogue, you're hiding. You're running. Just like everybody does on any topic that you actually end up asking a question. But they're not comfortable with. I get asked things all the time, and I don't know the answers, but I keep trying to find them. And I won't slam you because you don't know the answer. How about we just keep on working together and follow through and find some kind of answer? Let's keep searching. This is time to grow up. This is time for big boy pants. So of course I'm still in a little bit of the move. I'm sorry that the shows are a little sporadic at the moment. As I mentioned previously, I'm doing my prepping. I'm doing my preparing for adjustments and things and so forth. It's a little difficult with a bit of an update. We have gotten the move 95% completed now. Uh, my household is no longer here. Unfortunately, my computer that allows me to do these broadcasts and so forth is in this location. So I've been running back and forth between trying to work and end my season of work, uh, and then running up and trying to get prepared for winter and so forth, and the necessities of all the surprises that we got with the new place. So if I'm up there, I don't have the access here to be able to do the broadcast. That's why it's a little sporadic. Um, and it's kind of the same with the website, just trying to take on the new place and get the move done and finish my season and just get through this. Uh, this time is being a little bit more draining and a little bit more time consuming than I had realized. So, but once again, my season will wind down, and I'll be off, and my move will be done. I'm hoping that my internet connection is going to support continuing to do the broadcasts. If it doesn't, then it's going to be by taped and then loaded, and it'll go into more of that set. But once I've actually finished my season here and I've done my move up to the new property, then I'll be back to this full time and being able to get the website finished off and get the formatting done and so forth, and continue to plug away and continue to make a difference. I know already I've had the opportunity a couple times of connecting with people up in the community that I've moved to. Um, it is a huge difference uh, actually making these one-to-one connections and putting your energy absolutely on the ground with inside of the community and making these connections and networks that will actually affect each other's lives. I encourage you to keep on doing what you're doing, but step up your game, step up the approach, and put your boots on the ground and make a difference with the people around you. You know, who are you helping? Every day we should be asking, who are we helping? What difference did I make? I hope at the end of the day that you can say I did good. I hope at the end of the day that you realize there's much, much more to all of this than we're paying attention to. I encourage you to search it out, search out the ultimate truth. It is there. You will find it. Until next week, I am down here for at least another week, 10 days before I can get back up there with work and other obligations. God bless. I hope that you seek our Lord and Savior out, because that is the ultimate answer. God bless. Please share the shows, join our Facebook group, and as always, you're more than welcome to contact me and share your thoughts. I'm always open to learning more.